Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another Kingly Nerd video. So today I watched the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl CatDog and April O'Neil reveal trailers at 0.25x speed. And guys, there's no words that can express how happy I am to see these characters. I hope most of you share the same enthusiasm. Anyways, I'm going to analyze the trailers scene by scene and show off as much references and Easter eggs that I can find. Let's jump right into it. Let's start with the first character, or should I say characters, reveal trailer, CatDog. The trailer begins with Dog running as Cat is bouncing up and down. This reminds me of how Dog reacts to garbage day. Whenever a garbage truck goes by, he can't help but to chase after it, leaving poor Cat in some wacky situations. Next, Dog slides and Cat lunges himself forward. CatDog jumps and then stretches each other out. The duo lands and makes a pose that is very similar to the art shown on the Complete Series DVD. Now onto the gameplay. We start with Nigel falling and CatDog jumps towards him. And all of a sudden, Dog gets buffed and it seems to scare away Nigel. Oh, fuck! This buff dog is a reference to the CatDog episode Pumped. In the episode, Cat is tired of being bullied by the greaser dogs, so he decides to get pumped to show the greasers who's boss. Cat tries working out, but it doesn't work out as he's hoped. Soon he sees an ad for Choco Muscle Protein Shakes, and orders a bunch of them. Cat doesn't seem to like them, but Dog takes more and more and more until he keeps getting bigger and bigger. The stage that Nigel and CatDog was fighting on is outside of CatDog's and Winslow's house. We can even see Winslow walking to the right. In the background, you can even see buildings from Nearburg. This is the town that the show mostly takes place in. Anyways, Nigel ends up hurting CatDog and even jumps after them. Right before he can do anything though, Cat punches Nigel. Notice how when one of them attacks, they both end up doing the same thing. It's kinda like how the ice climbers work. Next, we see Danny, Lucy, and CatDog on the kitchen stage. Lucy really quickly hits Danny right before CatDog lands with what I notice how before CatDog stretches out their hands, but now they're using their heads for an attack. I'm willing to believe this is a different move, but we'll get back to this shortly. Back at the house, Sandy is knocked over and CatDog runs towards her. Soon after, Cat whips out the Golden Hydrant. The Golden Hydrant is from the Season 3 episode of the same name. Also notice how Winslow is now jumping from the left side of the stage. At the harmonic convergence stage, Lincoln is sent upwards. As he is falling, Cat strangles Dog and gets Lincoln into what looks like a jab lock. Dog then sends Lincoln away with the Golden Hydrant. Moves like this make me question how Ren and Stimpy would work as a duo fighter for this game. Also in the background, you can see Rava and Fatu flying around. We return once more to the house. CatDog is running towards Lucy and Michelangelo. Lucy gets into her coffin and it knocks over to the ground, resulting in CatDog taking damage and Mikey being sent flying. When Lucy jumps, however, there seems to be this purple mist around her. Back at the kitchen, both Danny and CatDog are in the air. This time, CatDog are stretching out with their hands. We've seen this yellow globe before. This seems to happen when a character attempts to air grab, meaning CatDog was trying to air grab Danny in this scene, but was too far away. Speaking of Danny, his jump flip reminds me of the double jump animation we see in Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island. At the edge of the spoon, Danny releases a green ectoblast out of his hand. It looks like he was trying to read Lucy had she jumped over here. CatDog then again attempts to air grab, but Danny jumps between them. Notice how Dog was facing the ledge, and then suddenly Cat grabs it? Danny lands on the spoon and tries to punish CatDog in the air. This flip might be another reference to the Urban Jungle Rumble Flash game, where Danny does a similar looking backflip kick. Unfortunately for Danny, CatDog had some kind of invincibility and punishes him instead. Lucy then jumps in as the move is continuing. Now we see a brand new stage, Omashu. It is the second largest city in the Earth Kingdom. And look, there's some wood with the Earth Kingdom's national emblem carved in it. On the top left of these stairs, you can see an Earth Kingdom guard standing next to the Cabbage Man and his cart. The Cabbage Man is a reoccurring character in both Book 1 and 2 in the Avatar series. I hope we can interact with this cart and knock down his cabbages. But moving back to the gameplay, Helga lands with her slingshot and hits Patrick. Reptar is seen blowing fire upwards and is landing next to Helga. Helga and Reptar both jump, and Dog spits out a bone, which ends up hitting Helga. Reptar then retreats and attempts to land a kick on Patrick. We go back to the house with Mikey, Lucy, and CatDog. Mikey is sent upwards, and CatDog switches position. At the same time, they both land a hit on Lucy and Mikey. As Mikey hits the ground, Dog gets massive and sends Mikey flying. Next, Cat strangles Dog, which ends up hurting Mikey. Their animation is interrupted as Lucy gets back into her coffin and sends everyone else flying. At Jellyfish Fields, Zim throws a gnome towards Leonardo. CatDog is trying to land with this move again, and Leo starts to defend himself before getting hit. As Leo gets knocked back, the gnome explodes. And we can even spot Spongebob flying on the left side of the stage. Lincoln is trying to recover on stage. He sends out multiple cards before Cat hits Lincoln with Rocky. This is a reference to the last episode of the series, Meet Dog's Friend. In this episode, Dog freaks out after learning where meat really comes from. Later in the episode, Dog decides it's better to eat a rock than to eat his friend. Unfortunately to him, the rock reveals to be another friend. As for Lincoln, he is seen wearing his Ace Savvy costume. Now at first glance, I got really excited and thought this confirmed alternative costumes, but as soon as I saw Cat hit Lincoln, he turns back to normal. Back at Omashu, you can see the Omashu delivery service at work. You can even jump on it as it travels across the screen. I would imagine this is like the town and city platform, and it can even potentially kill you if you don't jump off and be careful. For a brief second, Reptar is charging up an attack. Helga tries to hit Patrick with a rising fist, and Patrick whips out the Krabby Patty we saw in the first trailer. Mikey throws a pizza towards Lucy and CatDog. However, CatDog fights each other, and it seems they have reflected the pizza right back at Mikey. Right before Mikey can land, Dog dashes towards him and attacks with his head. And that's it for the CatDog trailer. Oh my god, that trailer was only 39 seconds long, and we managed to find so many details and references. The render of CatDog is based off this image. And now I'm excited to share what I found with April's trailer, so let's get right to it. This trailer begins with April writing down on a notepad until she swings her arm forward. We see later in this trailer that this is actually a move in game. Next, April kicks similarly to Sonic's forward tilt. April then lands and points her mic forward. This is also a move we'll see later in the trailer. The last move she does is a flip before posing with her name being introduced. The bit of gameplay shows Danny down-airing Sandy. This ice crystal is very similar to the one Danny learns from Frostbite and gives to Sam at the end of the Urban Jungle episode. Mikey jumps towards Danny and hits him with spinning nunchucks. The way he spins the nunchucks reminds me of how he does it in the GBA Ninja Turtles game. April jumps in and hits all three of her opponents with a long studio mic. She even puts on a headset for a brief second. Danny jumps back at her and flies with his ghost tail. Now later in the trailer, it looks as if the player might have some directional influence on this move. Danny seems to angle himself up and down, depending on the situation. Mikey then throws a pizza at Danny, and April grabs a camera and charges through Sandy. Notice when she gets hit, there are yellow stars around her. We'll get back to this detail in a bit. Oh, and we get to see a clearer look at Mondo Gecko on the left side of the stage. Traveling on top of the bus in Hillwood, April hits Helga with her studio mic. This time when she hits, the knockback seems to be a lot farther than it was when we first saw her use the studio mic. You can also see Oblina jumping on the right side of the stage. At the Technodrome stage, Powdered Toast Man tries to hit April with his tongue. PTM's tongue is actually one of the ways you can contact him in the Ren and Stimpy show. At the same time, April summons a Channel 6 camera, and PTM destroys it. April doesn't seem too bothered by this, and then does a jump kick and then smacks her legs together. PTM briefly has this yellow circle around him. I wonder what he was trying to do here. CatDog starts to tumble, and April runs into position. This time, she has green stars around her as she charges up her mic towards CatDog. In this next scene, Spongebob shoots out a bubble, and April seemingly reflects it using her studio mic. Next, Danny shoots out an ectoblast towards April. However, April just reflects his move back at him as she runs with his camera. We go back to the fight with CatDog. CatDog tries to hit April, but she doesn't even flinch. Instead, she gets 3 purple stars surrounding her and beats out their move. I'm willing to bet the more stars she gathers, the stronger the launch distance will be. Back at the Danny fight, April jumps and performs a flip kick. She misses the attack, and Danny decides to punish her with his ghost tail. April then knocks Danny down before he can follow up on anything. At the junkyard, April kicks Mikey, and Oblina jumps towards them. Lincoln is seen riding a kick scooter before getting hit by April's mic. On the left, you can see Zim's gnome and Patrick jumping towards the battle. Sandy uppercuts Danny, and April hits Mikey and Sandy with the notebook move I mentioned earlier. PTM is jumping towards the stage, and April takes a few pictures of him. Now all of a sudden, PTM jumps back. April hits both Oblina and Helga off the bus. April hits CatDog with 1 green star, and is shows to have a lower knockback. Rava and Vatu are also fighting in the background. It seems like Helga has a foot stomp similar to Captain Falcon's. Oblina tail whips Helga, and April kicks away Oblina. And blink and you'll miss it, there's actually a man with a suit standing next to this building. I'm guessing the model isn't finished, as you can't see much detail with his face. If you have any idea who this might be, please let me know in the comments below. Sandy jabs twice before jumping away from Mikey. Danny flies downwards with his ghost tail, and April hits Sandy with her mic. This time she has purple stars. Oblina is flying by twirling her eyes. April hits Mikey with her notebook move, and Zim double jumps towards Mikey. And finally, on the right side, you can see April's running to the front of the bus. Helga is falling, and Oblina grabs the ledge and gets up. April jumps up and hits Oblina and Helga with her mic. She seems to stay on the side of the bus without actually touching the ledge. April then slides on the bus and runs towards her opponents. And that's it! That's all the references and Easter eggs that I have noticed from these 2 trailers. Honestly, with nearly 40-second long trailers, I wasn't expecting so much to be in it. I am grateful though. It's really fun to see what I can find and show off to you guys. And like always, if there's anything I missed, please let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what you guys thought about CatDog and April's reveal. Do you plan on maining them? Do you think there should have been better characters? I'm very curious to see what you guys' reactions are. Also, please feel free to like and share the video. It actually helps out a lot. This has been Kingly Nerd, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.